What's up, old school homies? Let's talk about a lot of the different angles of why you should leave things original. Now that I'm older and more refined, I realized modding things doesn't always make sense. And modding things kind of seems like it makes sense because if something's better, why not do it, you know? Well, there's drawbacks to being unoriginal. And the first one would be you've changed something where you can't change it back. Yeah, a lot of things have parts interchangeability, so, you know, putting different parts on something like a Stratocaster, it's pretty common. Or a Chevy car. Who doesn't modify a Chevy car? It's pretty simple. You get another Chevy car and you put other parts on it. And you think, well, these parts are better. Like I have a Camaro and let's put a Corvette motor in it. But what's the point of that? Did you know they actually already made those? And that's what you start to realize over time. Well, I'm going to come out with this mod, and then the factory looks at what you're doing, and then they give you what you want. They're always trying to give you what you want. If you look hard enough, it's probably already there. But you spend more time and money and agony trying to create something that's really not there. And I had this teacher for automotive stuff. He used to build mining carts that drove underneath the ground that looked like miniature Hummers. He was a pretty cool dude, and he said if you have to buy something and modify it, you bought the wrong thing. You know, because you could pretty much buy something with all the modifications you want on it if you do the research and really like try to figure out what it is that you want. You know, just look for it. It's actually there. You don't modify anything, whether it's a guitar. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to modify a guitar or a car, because it's not. But what is it that makes people like original things? The first thing is when you change the vision of someone else's vision, the other parts don't actually work with it because of the fact that they just don't look the same. And when people look at your object that they've seen a carbon copy of a million times and then yours has something different on it, it's almost like the whole other object disappears and we look right at the one part that you changed. Like, you ever see somebody that really put some ugly wheels on a nice car? Happens a lot, right? And you're like, man, that was such a nice car, and then they put really ugly wheels on it. You know, that's your opinion, but maybe they think those wheels are really making it look good. When it comes down to it, it just doesn't matter, because you know, if you really like what you like, that's cool. Resale value, that's where you're just striking out, pretty much trying to sell somebody else something that you modded in your way. You're gonna have to sell them the Kool-Aid, and then they're gonna have to like everything that you did. They never do. They always think, well, I would have done it this color, or I would have changed the wheels to 5 spokes instead of 4 spokes. There'll be no logical reason. It'll just be because people want something different than you. They don't want to copy you. They really don't. Same with a house. You modify a house. You build it at $14 million. You build it on the top of the hill. Another guy buys the property. You think he bought the most beautiful house. What happens every time? They bulldoze it.